They done messed up now. Should have never gave these boys a podcast. Whoa. This is Off the Rim. With your boy, Coach Skinny, Coach Drees, and Coach Drake. I'm up. There go the men again. What up, SimWorld? Sit back, relax. Let us take you through the mind of a coach.
All right, we got a special treat today. We got the one and only Coach Kusa. What's up, Coach Kusa?
Thanks for having me, guys.
What up, Coach? The only coach that know how to use Tyson Simpson?
I wouldn't go that far, but it's all good. How you, Skinny?
All good, man. All good.
All right, so y'all know how we do on OTRs, the Coaches Podcast. I feel like a lot of coaches don't get to use their voice, and we got Coach Kusa on here, so I'm gonna ask him a few questions and allow him to answer in his own way, in his own voice. My first question for you is this season you're coaching Atlantis, and last season you were coaching Beyond the Arc. Do you feel like it's harder to coach in the States or harder to coach the international teams?
I'm not sure if I could say it's harder. Like, there's certain aspects. There's, of course, the pressure. I think is much higher in the States, and you got those very close, like local rivalries. Even in such a big country, you still get those. Like the Midwest has a couple of teams, and we always wanted to do good against them, and competing on recruits as well with those same teams. Internationally, I feel like the recruiting is the biggest part. We don't have a huge budget. Our local talent pool is relatively small, so we just gotta find ways to do good with what we got.
All right, I got a question. So when you went over to Atlantis, did you try to what's what I'm looking for? Replicate your Beyond the Arch roster to the best of your abilities, or did you go in like I'm gonna make whatever I can make with whatever I got here, or you know what I mean? If that makes sense to how I broke it down.
Yeah, no, it absolutely makes sense. Uh, Personally, for me, coming into this season, it was much more of the let's see what we got, what type of players we already have here. Again, it comes to the fact that uh, it's not an easy area to recruit for. Uh, so what I wanted to do is get the guys that are already here, get whoever guys we can locally, and just try to fill in the blanks of what we are trying to do. And I feel like personally that the team does play very differently to what my teams have played previous years. But that was the case last year as well. Like we had Tyson Simpson coming into BTA. For me, completely different team play style wise than we had Ground Zero with Glory Tate and them boys. So I feel like it's at this level especially because you know you're only gonna have the guys for 1 or 2 years. You really need to just look what you can get and build the play style around that.
That was a great answer. I'm not gonna lie. All right, one last question. If you had a choice, would you prefer to come coach college in the States, or would you prefer to coach like a developmental pro team in Europe?
I think at this point, my answer would be stay in Europe. I mean, it's just with everything around basketball, it's not about the college level not being good or anything like that. Just for my personal life at the moment, uh, being in Europe, being closer to home. I've got friends here in England. I This is where I studied, even though went to university here, even though I'm not from here originally. So uh, yeah, I feel like in terms of everything around basketball, staying in Europe is the better choice at the moment.
Hey, you know what? I think, and some people going may call this a hot take, but there's so many different ways to get to the pros, whether that be coaching or player. That I don't think there's no bad path really. Like you don't need, you don't need college. Like you just don't. So I liked your answer. I liked your answer a lot because I honestly don't think you need college to even if you have aspirations to be pro coach or whatever you want to do. There's just so many different avenues to go, man.
That's something that I wanted to add as well. Like at this moment, I'm not even thinking about the pro level. Like it might just be that I stay at, at this prep level and stay here in Europe, coaching the talent here and getting them to that next level. But nobody knows. No, not everyone becomes a pro coach or college coach. Many just prefer to stay at a lower level. And I'm not saying that's right now what my plans are, because I don't have those plans.
Uh, Thank you for being on the show, Coach Kusa. And let this be a PSA. Any coaches that want to come on the show, be happy. Just DM me, Skinny or Drees, and we'd love to have you guys on the show. We're not dogs. We don't bite y'all. It's all love. It's all a part of being a fraternity of coaches, so you could get your words off. And with that said, SimWorld, the only place where you could see the game and be the game. We out.
We out.